Welcome to the live show. I know I said I'd be done with this, but I guess I changed my mind because I still feel like kind of messing around here a little bit. And like I said before, too, if you come here for the gameplay, you're going to be... No. You're going to be sorely disappointed. You know, you really, really are. You really have to come here for the chat, and if you think that's disappointing, well, then you're really fucked. Because I don't want to have to feel bad that I'm still here. I didn't have a chance. I had supper, I ate some ribs. I finished up a little bit more mowing the lawn and stuff like that, because I have a big lawn, and it takes a while. And I just got back. Well, that's okay, because I was gonna say a shit singer, but the problem is I've actually spoken to the real Rick Astley. He's actually a really nice guy, so it's pretty pathetic that you have to pretend to be something that you're not, that you wish you were, and what you actually are is actually beyond what a dictionary could properly describe. Whereas me, I'm a shit YouTuber, but there's a word in the dictionary that describes me. Right? You, there isn't. And I'm still making over $1,000 a month, and your punk ass isn't. So, you got another one for me there, Jim? That's what I thought. Keep coming up with some original insults. Because clearly you're off to a terrible path. You don't have an original name. You copied that. You also don't have an original insult. Because that's also copied and big. Oh, you're a shit YouTuber, mate. Is that supposed to... Oh, I'm devastated. I'm so torn inside. Is that how it's supposed to be? That is kind of funny. You know what's even funny? Let's analyze what he said. What I never understood is people that do this, because it's, again, generic copy and paste. You're a shit YouTuber, mate. Why would you call me your mate, but then try and insult me beforehand? I would have just ended it with, you're a shit YouTuber. I wouldn't mate someone or bro someone after trying to insult them. Oh, he could be gone. Hey, Darkside, how's it going? Yeah, I'm a shit YouTuber that makes $1,000 a month doing nothing. Fuck. And that's being shit. Imagine if I was good. Oh, fuck, I'd be a millionaire. Right? Maybe, Rick Astley can show me how to do it. But I highly doubt that. And it is true. I have spoken to the real one. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know that whole meme saying, "You mad, bro? You mad, bro?" Why would you, like, try and ridicule someone but then bro them? Bro is just that. It's short for brother. Why would you be like, "Hey, brother, you're fucking shit"? What? I'm like, "Hey, you're fucking shit, you stupid dingleberry shit stain." You see what I'm saying? Nowhere in there am I bringing you back up after I just tried and fucking take you down. But that's what happens when you just copy what other people say. You don't put any effort or thought into what you're saying. And it's actually fucking hilarious. So there is a method that apparently still works. But I don't want to spend too much time doing this. Hey, Optic Gamer. I'm just going to be depressed that I'll have to deal with 2 more Mondays until... Oh. A guy came in and said, "You're a shit YouTuber, mate." He mated me after... after he tried to insult me. It was fucking hilarious. Like that was supposed to sting me or something. It was supposed to, you know, make me want to log off YouTube and cry or something. Why the fuck I jumped on here, I don't know. Unless this is where I'm supposed to come. You know, to be honest, I think this is actually how I did it 15 years ago. It wasn't just easily jumping up. Ooh. Yeah, this is how it was done before. Yeah, pretty much. Cartman can be a pretty big crybaby, too, when he gets insulted. What? Already? What in the actual fuck? No, that didn't work. This part works. Yeah, see, this part works. Like that. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh! I'm telling you, I will find another way. I don't fucking care. Nice. Well, that's cool. Hopefully you do get it. And you can record some footage for me so I can upload it. Don't worry, it's not like I'm gonna get rich off it. That would never work. See? Not long ago. It does work. Is it the one where you corner jump onto the pillar and walk around the rim? Use your epic mount. No, I don't feel bad when Eric Cartman gets his ass kicked. He's a punk ass. I love Cartman. But he has it coming. Don't dish it if you can't take it. For real. For real. Let me see if there's one that's been done in the last year. Yeah, no. Oh, I'm so stubborn. I think there's... Yeah, I don't know how that works, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody in here ever play World of Warcraft? Apparently this can be done with your epic mount. What did you think? Oh, I really liked it a lot. I played it quite a few times. It was really good. I think it was well done. Once you get some more powerful weapons and you get to play on Village of Shadows, I find it's just, it's more enjoyable. You know what the problem is with me leaving this area? Do you know why I'm having a hard time letting it go? It's because if I ever wanted to come back here, it would just take forever. That's the problem. Yeah, this is fucking insane. Oh, we've got this part. Like that. I really don't want to fall there, because that would fucking suck. I did that. You have what? What costs too much money? I am so confused. Alright, so I got over here. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I can really do up here, though. No. Well, that fucking blows. Oh, to play WoW because of the monthly subscription fee. Yeah. That's why I'm currently not playing it as I'm playing it right now in the stream. I'm actually playing the beta of World of Warcraft: The Burning Crusade right now. Fuck's sakes. To be honest with you, there really isn't that much there anyways. There really isn't much there. Let's see. The story. So, yeah, let's talk about that quickly. Resident Evil 8's story was... It's kind of weird. It's one of my favorite Resident Evils. But the story did bug me a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I technically can, but it does take a month for me to get the money from donations. And YouTube, through Super Chat, takes a huge chunk of the donation. That's why PayPal's better, because I get 99% of the money. And it goes directly into my bank account. I don't have to wait a month. The Witcher 1? I did, but that was like eons ago. I don't really remember much about it. Like most people, Witcher 3 is what's like more fresh in my mind.
Grammarly.
Yeah, it's like 30%. So if someone sends me $100, I get to keep like 70. Whereas if you send me $100 on PayPal, I get to keep like $99. Right? So that's the difference. All right.
A pillar in the middle, and of course the Heterine Mana Stalkers and Heterine Initiates are over here. We're looking at this column in the center of our screen. What we need to do is find our way up there.
If I can't fucking do it... Oh, what a lying turd.
All you need to do is make little small jumps.
That's bullshit. I can't fucking do that.
There is an opening back here that's kind of got two torches on each side and a pillar in the middle. And of course the Heterine Mana Stalkers and Heterine Initiates are over here.
Do UK if Twitch is the same? Oh, I don't know.
We're looking at this
I suck at streaming. I can't even... My Twitch channel can't even receive donations. That's how insignificant I am. Yeah, they take about 30%.
Let's find our way up there.
Yeah, see, I can't do that. I was just there.
Pillar, all you need to do is be carefully walking around to the other side.
That part is easy.
The very last step in this process is to find this little cliffside here.
Yeah, because there's an invisible wall. Well, fuck, we might as well watch this prick so I can get it out of my system. And just kind of show you how... Because I've done this when it was, like, the real fucking shit. From 17 years ago. Right? And you could see that they had the portal in the middle there. It's animated. And it was just kind of exciting because you had all the trees, you had lanterns, you had all these Easter eggs but you technically weren't supposed to be able to be here. So this is Hyjal again in World of Warcraft Classic, and you're not supposed to be able to be here. You could see the invisible wall, and they do that for obvious reasons. Like, they don't want you to go there. But if you start fiddle-diddling around, you are able to kind of work around it a little bit. They added some assets to the game so that later when you would go there, there would already be like a bunch of shit that's there, sort of thing. So that's what this is. But I figured, you know what? I'll just do this for a couple of minutes and I'll just kind of get over the fact that I can't fucking do it. Because I think they blocked it. Probably, who knows? So again, there's nothing exciting to really see here. It was more the excitement to recapture, doing something you weren't able to do. It's a very immature, kid-like thing to do, but I don't care. It was fun. See? A lot of open ground. There's really not much to see, to be perfectly honest. It's Hyjal, as you would eventually see it later in the expansion. But you're able to go there easily, so it's not exciting. It's the human psychology aspect of, ooh, you're not supposed to be able to do that. So then it becomes like exciting, sort of thing. And now the video won't fucking play. There we go. Yeah, so this is, I actually know this spot right there. That spot right there is where you kill some harpies, and to the left there ends up being a flight path. And you can fall right into Ashenvale here. So this is all basically Hyjal before they added all the assets. There's like an inn right here on the right-hand side. And there's a bunch of harpies that come here. I can even tell just by looking at the layout of the land, I know where the guy is. And again, there's nothing exciting to see about this. There's absolutely fuck all interesting to see. Because that's not even the point. Again, it's doing something you're not supposed to be able to do and then revisiting it over a decade and a half later, and you're still able to do it. I'm just saying. Like, that's I mean, I could take you there now on retail if I had a subscription, but then that's not, the exciting part. It was just kind of being able to see that. Little devil within. Sure. What's the little devil within? For real? There's an ad. Right as I was at the end of my video. Yeah, so there's the world tree. Look at all the assets they put there. The skull on the world tree. That's like that's huge for like Night Elf lore. That world tree. Oh, there. Okay, so this guy's doing a good job. He's making it so that I don't fucking have to do this myself. It would have been more like, yeah, man, I did it. Now it's like, yeah, okay, I'm just using somebody else's fucking footage instead. But at least you get to see what it looks like. Oh, there. Ah. So at the end of the road, they added this in the game. Look at that. That was in the game 17 years ago. How cool is that? And it says right there, Blizzard Construction Corporation. So even within the game itself, somewhere that no one is supposed to be able to see, this is insignificant, but when you're a WoW geek, it's like, oh my god, isn't that so cool? Right? Knowing that the devs added that to the game with some animation, and they actually took the time to do that for whatever unknown reason. It's not an Easter egg in that they wanted you to find it, because they went through almost every length in the book to make sure you couldn't get there. Bleep? Well, it's because you can't fucking swear too fucking much. Because YouTube are a bunch of fucking pricks. But then when you overly fucking swear and you're like, yo, what the fuck, man? This is fucking fuck. Then that loses its meaning. So I hate YouTubers who overly cuss. Because then you thin out the meaning. I remember my grandmother, like 35 years ago, very proper, right? Oh dear, could you, whatever. And then out of nowhere, holy fuck, this is good. What? Like that was like the biggest fuck I'd ever seen. It had the most meaning I had ever heard because that came from someone who just didn't do that. So, like you said, bleeping it out is, kind of one thing, but so is overly saturating the word constantly every 2 seconds. Anyways, there you have it. That's Hyjal. There's some weird stuff. Couple of little things. And apart from that, there's just nothing else to see here. But this guy did a really good job at showing all those little locations. He really did. And he even did the thing at the end, I think. Yes. Does he do it? Because I did this. Yeah, when a music channel does it, it's like if you don't want the cuss word in there, then, then just don't upload the song. If you're worried about your little boy or your little girl hearing the F word in a song track, like with Eminem and Dr. Dre, then you're a snowflake parent. Because your little boy or your little girl is going to see and hear a world filled with much more terrible things at fucking school, on the news, on their friend's iPhone or iPad, than some measly fucking F word. Not only that, a lot of times, you know what's even worse than swearing? Let me tell you what's worse than cuss words. Context. Because I could talk about something that has not a single cuss word in it, but the content of the sentence would be so atrocious and disgusting and vile and putrid, right? It would make your stomach turn. But a little F word, oh my god, gotta bleep it out. F word's not even in the goddamn dictionary. Who says the F word is a fucking swear word? Who says it's a bad word? Who says it's naughty? Who gets to decide that? Most people don't even know that the fuck word comes from the German word fricken, which means to strike. Somehow it got turned into something sexual, with fucking and all that. I guess technically you're striking her with your... Anyways, we'll stop it right there. But yeah, shit's interesting. And this is what happens when I ramble and I don't think before I speak. The weird thing is, Angry Joe will say the F word and keep it in, but bleep the B word. Bitch? Really? Hey, like what the fuck is that doing? What? Just say it. Don't be a cuck. The fucking bitch is being a bitchy fuck. Fuckity bitch. Bitchy. Like, I don't know. If you're afraid of the word, it's like a gun. It's like a flame. If you're afraid you're gonna get burnt, don't even turn on the fire. But I have noticed there's some people, they're like, well, I'm kind of nervous. Well, then don't say it. Nothing's gonna happen to you. I'm still here. I'm still making money. Right. That's right. It isn't. I mean, it might be now, but it wasn't when I grew up. Alright, so... fuck this place. For real. I'm over it. Because I don't think I can get out of here properly. No. I'm way too far. Screw it! So again, this is World of Warcraft, obviously. It's the Burning Crusade beta. And it's still about kind of testing my computer out. New graphical options in the game have been implemented. My streams are completely different. I've tricked YouTube into always giving me the VP9 codec so that the streaming quality can be just a little bit better than what it would normally be. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I was about to look for where the flight path is. I was like, right there.
Warm wishes to you. May the light embrace you.
So we've already gone over Stonebreaker Holt. Yeah, we've already gone in here. Yeah, let's just kind of fly over there. I want to show you some of the other zones. Just to kind of give you a little bit more of a sneak peek to places that I can actually visit. Again, this is Terakar Forest, one of my favorite zones in all of World of Warcraft. Got a lot of beautiful memories from when this originally launched back in 2007. And it was just glorious. It was a lot of fun. Good times. Hygel's an area. That's all it is. It's a place that eventually became a place that you could actually visit. That's really all it is. Because most of World of Warcraft, when it gets expanded, like most of the zones that you see in the beginning, you can access. It's very rare that they'll add something to a current existing piece of land, if that makes any sense. Well, it's just out of... No, it's right in the middle. I'll show you the map after. Just flying is a lot of fun. Way above the trees. This one really took me up high. And then you could see all of a sudden how it's just slowly changing into another biome-like area. I don't know, I think right now I'm pushing its weight capacity. And now you can very clearly see the, you know, the biome for this area. This area I don't like. I don't always like overly dark, gloomy shit like that. But I really like Resident Evil 8. Or Village. Whatever, I guess it is 8. So I kind of really do like that. But something like this I don't particularly like too much. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think it's because it doesn't have enough color. There's just something about it I don't like. But anyways, this is one of those other zones. So for example... well, this one's pretty simple. This is the original World of Warcraft. You only had Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. And when it comes to both areas, you can access all of it. If you see it, you can visit it. However, that Hygel thing that I was talking to you about, you could see the mouse here where I put over Ashenvale. I've been here before. Notice how it kind of lights up? Ashenvale. This is Azshara. Winter Spring. This is Moonglade. Darkshore. Fellwood. And there's this area. Notice how it doesn't light up? Well, that's Hygel. Right? And that's been there since the dawn of time. All these other places you can visit. Right? They add new areas like Blood Mist Isle and Azure Mist Isle. That was added later. Right? So they usually do like an outland, like a... You know, like this is all separate from the main map. It's all completely new. Right? And that's generally what they do for World of Warcraft. Northrend ended up being, you know, like up here. Right? Myths of Pandaria, that was in a completely new place. Then you had an expansion where you went back into time. Very rarely do you have a new spot added to a currently existing zone. In here, every spot that you look at, you can visit that spot. Right? Or at least for the most part, 99% of it. This one was the most obvious one that people always wondered, well, why can we go all the way around it, but this psychotic, gigantic piece of land, we just can't go to it. And then when people were able to go to it, like I said, some 17 years ago, it prompted us into thinking, well, hey, when are we ever going to be able to go there? We had to wait nearly 13 fucking years to be able to officially go there. That's a long ass time, right? So that's why it was like a big deal. It's like, oh my god, dude, look, we found this spot.
What do you need?
But we can't go to it.
Go forth to victory.
Yes. Yeah, it's a pretty big map. Yeah, Unity was kind of cool. Isn't Unity the one that was co-op? Yeah, I mean, I do have some ideas for games, but what was that game you said I should check out earlier? I'm only going to do this for a few more minutes, then I'm either going to play American Truck Simulator or maybe a little bit more Resident Evil Village again. Because, you know, people haven't gotten sick of that yet. But yeah, it's really bizarre. I just find this so relaxing. Playing this game. Little dumb. What's it about? Something about it. I think it's just a nostalgia, really. I think it's, like I said, when you've got like 130, 140,000 hours cranked into something after 17 years. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. Like, literally every spot, and I've said this before, I remember on the bridge here having a psychotic PvP fight. There's a bunch of Alliance that came all the way up here on the path, and they came right up to the bridge to our little horde town, and they got their asses kicked. And it was a lot of fun. Yeah, Unity was co-op. Unity was shit when it first came out on PC. That was the most unoptimized piece of shit I had ever seen in my life. Yeah, there's a lot of people questing here for some reason. But yeah, this zone is pretty cool. See, there's some people dueling there. Then you've got like your main city hub, which is a sanctuary, which is for both people again. Nobody can attack each other here. They're kind of rare. It's arguably one of the nicest sanctuaries we've ever had. And it was also the first time that we had sort of like an official big massive sanctuary. But yeah, times were different back then. Even the people, like I've mentioned before, the type of people that you would run across, different than what you'll see today in retail. Self-entitled little douchebags. Really is what it is. Unappreciative, instant gratification little bitches. Whiny, bitchy fucktards is what you find in World of Warcraft retail today. Very rare to find that kind of person. And classic, because like I've mentioned a million times, you have to be a more patient person to willfully put yourself in a predicament where you're going to be playing World of Warcraft in Dark Souls mode. Really. That's the best way to explain it. When playing alone, the game is a diamond, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Unity was cool. I remember playing co-op, actually, with a couple of my old high school friends. Actually. It was pretty neat. I think that remained the only Assassin's Creed in history that had real co-op, I believe. That was like a really big deal. Anyways, after this, I think I'm going to be pretty much done with just kind of checking out the zones. I mean, obviously, I remember what they look like. But it was mainly to, like I said, see how it looks. The graphics are a little bit better. Don't forget, this is a nearly 20-year-old game engine. And to see how the stream handles, how my computer handles it with the extra graphical settings, and me having increased the stream quality as well. Make sure you put it on 1440p. So yeah, moving forward, still having that issue. I still just can't figure it out. You know, do I think it's worth me investing in this version of WoW that, again, is much more difficult, much more time consuming, but has a greater payoff? See, then all of a sudden, bam, we're in the Nether Storm. Look what this looks like. This looks really cool. It looks like you're in outer space. Like, that looks really, really neat. And there's a battleground that has a biome that looks like this. It's very, very neat. And here's a neutral town here. Ran by the Area 52. I see what they did there. Reminds me of Gadgetzan a little bit in Tanaris Desert. You know, with these walls and, you know, everybody can just come in. But yeah, this is a really cool spot. Yeah, apart from that. Oh. Not too sure what happened there. Yeah, so the trade-off is, you don't have to grind gear ever again if you don't want to. The heck? Don't know what this guy's up to. For which game? Yes, I could. With my dragon, yeah. But again, in the Burning Crusade, I am able to fly in the Outlands. Once you pay for it, you reach max level. So the entire Outlands, like this entire thing, I can do that. I just can't fly in the older zones. They brought back... Or they didn't bring back. They brought flying back to the old areas, what I meant, but that wasn't until much, much, much later in life.
Talk to me!
But yeah, that's why I'm kind of just like, what do I do, you know? I suppose it's quicker to go here than it is there. Yeah, it's just so hard to tell. Like, I'm just glad I didn't have to pay to play this, because like I said, it's normally 20 Canadian dollars a month. And I did this for a few months there when I was just playing. And I would play a bit, play some Call of Duty, play this a bit, play another game. I just can't figure out if it's worth the time investment. It is such a huge one, but if I can get through the leveling process and the initial gear grind, it would be really smooth. Because I would not advance to the next expansion in a couple of years. And if I play it just a couple of hours a day to kind of keep up with it, it's a lot more manageable than Classic WoW. Classic WoW, as I've mentioned before, is roughly a 12 to 14 hour a day grind to get the good stuff, to get the PvP gear, the adequate PvP gear. 12 to 14 hours a day. Don't ask. But in the Burning Crusade, it's a mere hour a week. They made it 100,000 times more accessible to people. So that's what's kind of motivating about that. It's like, well, an hour a week versus 14 hours a day, you can't even compare that, right? Oh, yeah, I don't remember the game too much. But yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, I've already been here. It'll bring me into Hellfire Peninsula in a moment. And then after that... I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of tired today. Like I said before, there's times where I get like that. Obviously, even by myself. Where I'll play a game, I'll go into it, but I won't really be doing much, and I'll just kind of be exploring. Trying to figure out what to do. Sometimes I'm like, do I want to play Forza? Do I want to play Call of Duty? Do I want to play Resident Evil or WoW? I can be very undecided at times. And it can be very, very frustrating. I love that zone, Zankermarsh. It's like the second zone you go to. And then, boom, it transitions, and look where we are out of nowhere. This is the first zone. I don't like it too much. It looks a little bit like a desert, but the sky is kind of cool. Like it's... Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of... I don't know. It's not too bad. I like things that look more like a forest than I do a desert from a color palette perspective, but... whatever. Two weeks this shit launches. 2 weeks. And I don't even have a character that can officially come here. They might be doing level boosting, which a lot of people were unhappy with. But I don't know if they're actually going to allow that or not. No, not in this one it isn't. No. I showcased that earlier in the game. This is the old version of the game. So there's no flooding, there's no dead zones. Everything's good in this version of the game. What they did to retail WoW is kind of criminal in my opinion. Plus the game is dead. Unless you battleground, that's the other thing. If you just do battlegrounds, you don't care about seeing people out and about when you're questing. Oh shit, might as well just play retail. It's flashier, there's more cosmetics. Sure. But if you want something that's deeper, not as flashier, you know, you want to meet more people along your journey, because after all, you are playing an MMORPG. So don't fucking stand there and tell me, well, who cares if there's people around? Well, if you don't want people around, then don't play a fucking MMO. Play Skyrim or some bullshit. Play The Witcher. Right? No one plays World of Warcraft and says I don't care about people. You don't play a game like this if you don't care about people. So, but if you don't care about seeing them much out and about while they're questing, well then retail might be for you. I mean, like I said, I like flying around. You know, when I'm fully geared up, maxed out, I'm waiting for a battleground to pop. I've got 15 minutes to kill. I don't mind like doing like this or cruising around, buffing a couple of people, spamming a couple of moonfires at someone's enemy because they're trying to kill an elite. That's really difficult. You know, and they're struggling, they're getting their ass kicked because again, this game is fucking hard. Right? Ask people if they need a hand in retail and people are gonna laugh at you. Everybody's like a demigod in that version of the game, right? No one needs your help. You can't buff people. Mark of the Wild is gone for druids. You know, it's fucked what they did to the newer version of the game. It really is beyond what words can explain. So the reason they're updating the game is pretty simple. World of Warcraft, every couple of years, gets a new expansion. Every couple of years. And like I've said a million times, WoW is about 17, 18 years old. See, I can't fly here. Can only do that in the original, or in the expansion part. So, what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago? They re-released Classic. Regular graphics, all the hard difficulty, no transmog, nothing. Right? That was the whole point of Classic. Yeah. So what they've done is seen the success of WoW Classic and said, well, shit. Why don't we start re-releasing all the expansions all over again? But they're naturally only going to go so far. It hasn't been confirmed, but everybody's on board. You know, when it comes to politics, nobody ever gets on the same page. When it comes to religion, not everybody's on the same page, but when it comes to this shit, everybody's on the same page. Anything before Cataclysm is classic, because it's before they flooded part of the earth, ripped this part out, added a bunch of shit that made the game easy mode. It went from being a Dark Souls difficult game to like Hello Kitty Adventure Island. You see what I'm saying? And it's very clear when that happened. Wrath of the Lich King was the last expansion that was the real McCoy. A lot of people, you'll always hear it, oh yeah, man, I played WoW. But after Wrath of the Lich King, man, the game died, man. It was just fucking shit. Almost everybody agrees on that. People still got some pleasure playing Myths of Pandaria, Cataclysm. I mean, I enjoyed it all, but not as much. So that's why they're re-releasing it. The Burning Crusade again. The Burning Crusade was the very first expansion WoW ever got. So they're just allowing people to be able to not have to play on private servers. And they're giving the people what they want. Blizzard never wanted to do this shit. They never wanted to do this. They didn't think that people cared enough about the old, harder, more difficult, unforgiving version of WoW until they finally clued in, you know, this is ultimately, in the end, why people fell in love with WoW. Because of the way that it was, because of how difficult it was, how rewarding it felt when you got new gear, how much you needed to be not necessarily in a guild, but affiliated with a few people if you wanted to get some of the high-end shit done. Now you can solo everything on your own. It's, I'm not saying it's not fun, but it's just definitely not, you know, it's just not the same. Right? So Blizzard is giving the players what they want. So they hired a new team, and they faithfully went back, dug up all the old assets, and they pretty much bang on 100% recreated all the stats, everything, the map, as to how it would have been, you know, pretty much in 2006. Not quite 2004, but at the later end of Classic before the first expansion, where there was some quality of life improvements made a little bit over the course of the first couple of years the game was out. So yeah. Yeah, so they usually expand the map, yeah. Sometimes there's no map expansion. There's a map change, and that's when Cataclysm came in. That's the part that made WoW no longer classic. That's where you've seen me fly over that zone, bitching, moaning, and complaining that they flooded it, or that this part is ripped apart, or that outpost is dead, it no longer has any NPCs. You know, that kind of thing. This game has everything. It's much smaller, but it's better. And most people tend to agree. So, now that I've beaten Resident Evil Village, the initial hype has died down on that. There's nothing else coming out until, you know, Biomutant in a couple of weeks or a couple of hours if it's Optic Gamer. Yeah, it's just, you know, not much to do. That's why I've always said Skater XL, American Truck Simulator, WoW, Call of Duty, just not so much as of late. They're always my fallback games that I fall back on in between, you know, those major titles that come out, like when Hitman came back out just now with the DLC. I bought the DLC, I covered it, did a walkthrough on it, shared my thoughts on it. You know, is it worth the $7 Canadian? And then it's like, okay, next. You know, back to my go-tos. Games that I just never, ever, ever get bored of. No matter how many times I play them. Because I just like going for adventures. That's my biggest thing in life. When I was younger and I had more money, I used to go on a lot of road trips, cruising around, burning $600, $700, $800 a month in gas, even when gas was cheap. I mean, I spent a lot of money on gas because I loved cruising. But it's also risky. I've lost a couple of my best friends to car accidents. That doesn't mean stop living your life and don't go out and drive, but it was just kind of like, oh boy, you know? And then these games started coming out. Massive games like this. Like, again, picture yourself in 2003 with a game like this coming out. It's pretty monumental. It's something to behold. It's like, holy shit. And it changed my world forever, man. I was like, look at this game. It's awesome. And this was in the early 2000s. Obviously, by today's standards, oh, the graphics aren't that good. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Right? So there's times, like I said, I don't even really feel like questing or doing any PvP. I just want to go for a cruise. It's like no different than the people that get in their car and keep driving down the same fucking streets over and over again just because they want to go for a drive. Right? So I do that in a game sometimes. Even when I don't feel like really doing anything productive. Just to kind of kill time. Oh, I played Conan Exile. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just... There's only 24 hours in a day. You know? You know, it's a game I would have really liked to get into and stream and play with a bunch of people in the stream together. Ark Survival Evolved. But that's a really hardcore game, though. And I don't want to make my YouTube channel just an Ark survival channel. But it is a pretty badass game. You might have seen me come here before. I don't expect you to remember. But there's like a bunch of NPCs. There's like a bunch of tents. There's some fences. And that's the updated version of Nessingwary Expedition. And, you know, they did a good job at that. They did. But this is the original. But again, like I said, I won't expect you to remember what it's like nowadays. And back here, it was just a couple of hubs. You grabbed your quests. But this is one of the most famous hotspots for World PvP ever. Because it was one of the first big zones where, almost from here on forth, where everything would be multi-faction. It wouldn't just be for the Horde or for the Alliance, it'd be for both. And it was a pretty big deal.
Hope you find something.
So this game
Light
brings
Elsie.
back a lot of memories. Or I mean this spot right here in particular. Oh, the hours I've spent over the years just getting fucked up right there. It's pretty wild. Naturally, there's not a lot of people in the beta in these off places because you can just what's the word I'm looking for? You can just pick whatever character you want and get max level and some of the best gear in the game. Just so that people can go and explore. So there's no incentive for people to want to go out and actually quest and do anything. It's just to kind of test the beta, right? You got Ark Survival Evolved? I don't know. I mean, when I get a new computer, I'll be able to. Actually, speaking of which, give me a moment. I want to see something, actually. That's a fun game. I've put a couple of 1,000 hours into that. Let me see. I want to see something. Just because I don't want to be bothered. Holy fuck, that's loud. God damn. Painfully loud. This game is a lot of fun. My controller doesn't work right now, I don't think. I can't really play this game too well with a mouse and keyboard, but... First things first. The audio. It's already on low, well then why was it so loud starting it up? Video, full screen, motion blur. Turn off that shit. I mean, Ultra's Ultra. It's asking a lot, but I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, I had deleted a few of my communities. Yeah, Series X runs this game a lot better. If I had the money, I would get an Xbox Series X for Forza, for State of Decay, and a couple of other Xbox games, and I wouldn't bother playing them on my computer.
I might just have the answer to our problem.
Why is it so fucking dark? Oh, I guess it's because it's nighttime. I hate that shit. The game is not paused. Well, why the fuck not?
Hey out
It's
there.
creepy.
We should really be making those plague hearts a higher priority.
Whatever you say.
Da, 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 da. Just to test out a few things. F7.
As long as we keep working together, we're gonna be okay.
There we go.
Hey there. I've got a deal to help break the ice between us. Come on over and we'll talk.
I mean, it runs okay, but... Yeah, see, it's starting to dip there. Holy fuck, that was awful. How long am I gonna play this? Like 2 minutes?
Yeah, can't do it.
I can't really play this game, no offense, on my computer. It can't handle it, even when I drop the settings. But then if I drop them too low, you know? Foliage, quality. Even if I drop everything on high. I can't stand frame stuttering. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves ever. Frame stuttering. Drives me absolutely batshit crazy. If I had an Xbox, even a One X, I think can run this at 60 FPS. I don't remember. Did that work?
We have to improve our storage capacity. Unless we're losing stuff like this.
I would play this a lot more.
A few useful bits from the junk pile. That's something at least.
Hey.
Greedfall, I did, but I didn't like it. Yeah, I forget how to do that. Right now, I just want to dick around for a quick minute. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite maps, too. I just don't like playing with the mouse and keyboard. Yeah, see, there was a little stutter there again. Even on regular settings. It pisses me off.
Heads up. Over here.
I just don't understand. And once it feels like it's stuttering and it's laggy, I just get angry, and then I just don't bother playing the game. Right? Oh, yeah. I've locked this game at even 30 frames, and I was having some issues.
That's a lot of racket.
I mean, overall, it runs okay. It's not, like, super awful right now, but... This is terrible with the keyboard. I do find, because I've had this game since the first day it came out, right? I do find since I got the Steam version, it does run a little bit better. Oh, yeah? What was that? But yeah, this game is a lot of fun, especially when you play it normal. You don't use cheats like I'm using. No trainers, and you actually go around with a friend and you look for resources and all that shit. Oh, would you fuck off? It's a very, whoops. Wow, there you go. No, wrong fucking seat. There we go. But yeah, just kind of cruising around really quick.
Fantastic.
Doesn't seem to be too... Oh, see, it dropped again. That fucking pisses me off. I mean, I play games... There it is again. Another stutter. Another nasty frame dip. I could play Red Dead Redemption 2 better than I could play this game, okay? Like, come on. That's some fucked up shit. And that's the part that's not normal. That's why I say this game is not well optimized. Whoa, what was that? Lovely. But yes, it is fun. And if I can not be so OCD about the odd frame dip here and there, I suppose I could probably enjoy it better. The game probably runs better when I'm on my own and I'm not streaming and all that kind of bullshit too. Because the game optimization's garbage. That's why. That's it. I could play Call of Duty Ultra, Red Dead Redemption on high, at 60 FPS, Grand Theft Auto 5, all this shit, but I can't play this fucking game on high with a steady 60 FPS? Come on now. right? Like, that's some real bullshit. But I mean, it does run pretty decent, considering how it used to run before. Now it's already 7:18. I will probably have to go in a few minutes. Oh man, I'm getting tired. Animation while fighting, and it looked like it was just shoulder bashing zombie. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it could be a lot better. It's just one of those things where you play it, and when it just keeps stuttering here and there, it pisses me off. And it's like, why play a game that stutters when I could play games that don't? Right? Even if I lock it at 30 FPS, it'll still do the same thing. So it's an optimization thing. Obviously, if I had a better computer, I could help overcompensate for the fact of the lack of optimization. But, you know, that'll happen someday. I don't know when. But, yeah, who knows? Let me just see how long I've been doing this for again, because this is like the third time. Yeah, it's already been like an hour. Yeah, I think I might actually go to bed a bit early. I might try to do one final recording, because I haven't recorded much for my actual YouTube channel. So I'm probably going to pump out a quick upload, 15, 20-minute video. And I'm going to try to render it at 1440 to trigger that codec. But it's going to take like 2 days to fucking render it. Because YouTube is fucked up like that. I can do it at 1080p in like 5 minutes. But as soon as you do 1440p, it's like 2 days. It's like their 1440p processing server or some shit is fucked up. But it makes the viewing of videos much nicer. Yeah, so I'll do that, then I'll go to bed. And I will be around tomorrow, around the same time. Hopefully I'm a little bit more awake. I'm not as tired. I figure out what I want to do a bit more. But that's why I say sometimes it's just to hang out and chat while I fiddle around with a few different things. Because for the most part, I usually know what I want to do, but there are just times when I'm tired. I can't think. I don't know what I want to play, what I want to commit to, or anything. But right now, I'm excited for Biomutant. That really does look like it's going to be a fun game. Like, really good. I don't know if it's going to have any kind of post-game. Do you happen to know? Optic Gamer, or anybody else? For anybody who's still left in here. That's what I want to know. But I think it'll be pretty good. What's it called again? Biomutant? It's got a 4.6 out of 5. Because people have played it already? Biomutant. On 5 platforms. Released ahead of the May release. Two days ago. All right, from THQ Nordic. Oh. I'll check this out for a second. There's that VP9 codec. Even though they're only using 1080p because they're a gaming developer. But even I can tell PS4 base 30 FPS still looks very playable. That's at 30 FPS. But see, I could tell how it gets blurry there. I'm really starting to get picky, but again, that's the YouTube compression. It's still pretty good, but it's going to look way better when you actually play it on your end. Look at how grainy that is, actually, even on the VP9.
That's a Hope Hall. Some used to go there every
But
week
you can
to
just
join
tell the
hands
game
and
looks
hope
good,
together.
if that makes any
Not
sense.
much hope to go around.
And that's why when you don't move fast and you stand still, almost like a screenshot, you can get a much better idea. But yeah, this just looks like a lot of fun. And that's on the base PS4. No one cares about the Xbox. What about the... Well, fuck this. Oh yeah, that's right. Mass Effect Legendary is out now. Yeah, Kung Fu. Yeah, because you can do a lot of, Oh wow, that already looks a lot better. But he can also do 4K. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, VP09. Wow, that looks way better. You could still tell where it blurs a little bit. But all in all, it still looks better. Not because it's PC there, but just because of the whole upload quality is better. This is literally the same section. So this is like truer to what it would look like when you play the game.
That's a Hope Hall. Some used to go there every week to join hands and hope together.
I'm sure there'll
Not
be
so much
some
hope to
replay
go
value.
around these days.
There'll probably be some stuff that you can do after. Oh yeah, that looks much nicer. That's what I'm kind of hoping to do when I get my new computer. Maybe. Is, do a lot of 1440p and 4K recording to tap into that VP09 or just fake upscale it. And do smaller videos that are only like 5 to 10 minutes long instead of like a half hour. But with the higher, you know, output of graphics. So that it, like, look at the difference between that and the other footage. It's so much clearer. But yeah, this definitely looks really, really cool. I just don't know what you can do post-game. And if there's, like, leveling, if there's enemy scaling or any of that shit. I just have no idea. Anybody else in here getting the game? Buying the game?
Bullets everywhere.
Yeah, I'll have to look to see if there's going to be New Game Plus or anything like that. Final preview.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah. Biomutant. Biomutant gets tons of new updates. Hmm. Yes, there's levels. I mean, do enemies low? Oh, that's cool. So there's level scaling, which most people hate. I actually like it. Hmm. Wow, level scaling. That's really cool. But yeah, all right, I'm going to head off. I'm going to quickly record, go to bed, and I shall be around, like I said, between 5 and 6 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern time. So the usual time that I'm usually around, Monday to Friday, and go from there. All right, so thanks for stopping by, and maybe I shall see some of you tomorrow. Bye for now.